Welcome, everybody, to the World of Ability Podcast Network. My name is Emily Gilmer, and I'm a podcast engineer here. And we're excited to bring you another episode of the Mastery of Connections with Alan MC Holmes, who I affectionately call as the Master Connector. And we do this show every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and so this show is all about making connections, networking. As Alan likes to say, it's all about we. It's not about me, it's about we. And so to kind of kick us off here, I'm going to pass it over to Alan to introduce our guest. Welcome, Alan.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Thank you so much, Emily. This is the Mastery of Connections, where we're going to have the honor and privilege to meet a master hypnotist, a timeline therapist, NLP practitioner, a certified yoga therapist, Reiki master, and a neurosomatic therapist. There's a lot to bring in, but this young lady, Anissa Hudak, has been someone that is I met on H&P, and someone who has an amount of information and education on a topic that is very serious. Anybody knows we have different topics, but this one is something that needs to be talked about: is sexual trauma. Miss Anissa, would you please come in? We would be honored and privileged to learn more about this subject and this topic, because something we need to discuss here at the Massive Connections, as we always give different topics of discussions. Anissa, would love to learn more about how you got started, where this stemmed from, and a little bit more. Just looking forward to learning more.
So, Alan, before we kick it over to Anissa, I see that Jay is here. So let's bring in Jay here first.
Okay.
And I see that Christian is.
Oh, absolutely.
I see that Christian is here too. So, welcome, Jay.
Hi, everybody.
Ability Channel.
How's everybody doing today?
Good. How are you? How's life at the Disability Channel?
Yeah,
Busy
good morning,
as
Jay. Good
always. I
morning.
just thought I'd pop in. For 5 minutes and just see how you guys are doing and give you an update and let you know that the Today Show continues to grow. We might be adding a Tonight Show.
Oh.
So the Today Show, we might be having a Tonight Show. So I'll keep you posted. A lot of stuff going on. We are putting together a music tour now. Involving some big heavy hitters. We got some huge music support. We have huge radio support. We have music support. We have sports support. So it's really coming together. What we're doing is we're putting together a music tour across Canada, maybe including the USA, spot in Illinois, and through the Super Bowl, as we're full media accreditation for this year's Super Bowl, 9 year in a row on Media Row, going all the way out to the Invictus Games in BC to showcase veterans at the games. So we're going to be doing mini concerts, mini fundraisers across Canada. Hopefully, it's really coming together. So there's a company out in the West Coast called Big Records, run by a gentleman named Mark Rosner, great guy. Tim, they got a lot of great musicians, a lot of great contacts. So we're rocking and rolling. Had a really good interview with the Invictus people yesterday. Talked to the boss, Scott Moore. So he's the CEO of the company, and so there's lots of stuff. But we're all creating employment opportunities, right? So right now, Canada's rocking. The United States, I don't know what's going on down there right now, but I've been banging on their door for 5 years to try to get our employment programs, and everybody gives me the thumbs up, but you know what? Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap, U.S. Let's get our programs down there. You guys got 10 times the amount of people with disabilities and veterans that Canada does. You guys need our programs. So if you guys can push our programs, provide opportunities, it saves each state money because each person gets a skill, gets a job, gets off assistance. It's a win-win for everybody. So if people want to find out more information on our programs, you can go to www.thedisabilitychannel.ca. You can also check us out on our Sirius XM radio show, channel 167, Canada Talks. We're going to be making a big announcement there this Friday. And we're also working with our affiliates down in USA, iHeartRadio with Zen Sam's and Your Home TV. Check out Your Home TV, guys. It's a great platform showcasing all positivity. So if people want to find out more information, again, you can go to www.thedisabilitychannel.ca. I really appreciate you guys letting me come on for 5 minutes and spew all the updates regarding the channel. And keep doing a great job. I know your reach is growing each week. I can see the reach growing. So you guys are doing a great job. Emily and Alan and Kurt and Sue and Donna and all you guys down there. And I know we're going to be sending you some interviews. Do you recall if you've interviewed any of the people we've sent you as of yet, Emily or Alan?
I know we interviewed Bipolar Man so far.
Yeah, from Special Agent. Is he the only one that maybe you guys have interviewed so far?
Yes, that I'm aware of at the moment, but I was going to reach out to the one that you just sent like a day or so ago.
And Saturday's the best time for interviews for you guys, right?
Or Wednesday evening.
Or Wednesday. Okay. So let me send you a couple more great guests. They're going to be veterans and musicians. So wonderful people doing wonderful things. So again, guys, I really thank you. I'm going to pop off. Have a great show. Thanks again.
That's good. Thanks, Jay.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Okay. Thank you. And join all of our feeds on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, the whole bit. Okay. See you guys.
We'll do. All right.
All right. As always, thank you so much, Jay, for bringing us some updates on the Disability Channel, and we really want to, because as always, the Master Connections has various different updates for the Disability Channel and the World of Ability Show. Now, we would definitely like to bring in, we have our supporting cast member here and EC Marketing with Christian, and let's talk. But before we do that, or as he's joining us and simultaneously possibly, let's bring in Anissa. Is she still with us? I presume she's still with us. That we are going in a discussion that needs to be talked about. Anissa, welcome to the Mastery of Connections, and thank you for waiting by in the wing. And let's get right into a subject that is definitely need to be discussed among our Mastery of Connections. Can you begin by saying how did your journey begin? I believe that you're part of the since it's the World of Ability and then the Disability Channel, we're talking about veterans needs, and sexual trauma is something that needs to be discussed because it's a real topic and a real discussion. Thank you first of all for being here.
Well, thank you for having me on. I appreciate being here this morning. So you want me to jump right in, huh?
Okay, and let's get. Yeah, absolutely. How did you come about starting this wonderful company of yours, and it needs to be discussed? There's so many who experience this. And how do you handle? Let's begin by how did you become to start this project? With your journey?
Well, I think I've always lived with PTSD. My dad was a NOM vet, and back then, NOM vets were just moody. We didn't really understand the whole PTSD thing, and I grew up living in that kind of chaos at times. I then went on to marry an active duty member, and he went several times to the sandbox, and I got to see less and less of him come back. And so I was dealing with it, in my own home again. That being said, I am a two-time rape survivor, and so I also had my own PTSD. And so I've never not known PTSD. So that being said, I've had the absolute honor to work with veterans for many years. Loved working with veterans. They were a great group to work with. However, for me, what filled my well was working with women who were like me, who had sexual trauma and really wanted to move forward. I had become a yoga therapist, love it. However, my clients would say the same thing. Yeah, we're moving the trauma out of our bodies. We feel better for a little bit. I go to talk therapy. I talk about it. I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid to face the demon. I don't want to. And that was holding them back. And so I was sitting there thinking, okay, how do we get them to move forward? How do we get them to put this in the rearview mirror once and for all and be able to experience life again? And so I did a bunch of research, and it's all in the science of it, which I won't bore you with. However, what I did find was that a lot of this was hinging on the unconscious. And so that kind of propelled me to become a master hypnotherapist, uh, learning a whole suite of different techniques that we're able to actually tap into the unconscious mind and help it process these events in a way where there is no emotion, there is no fear, and women can move on, and they don't have to be afraid of it, and they get to do it. So it's utterly amazing. And I love what I do. I love being a woman from start to finish. Walk out of my, either Zoom room or of my office and literally be transformed. So that's the short story
Okay.
of it.
Okay. Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing that, being so transparent, open. Now, does your audience consist of mostly women, or men and women, or who do you prefer to work with? First of all, and second of all, what process do you go through, without obviously revealing any personal details, with your clients, and how can they feel safe? Because obviously this is a area that I am definitely not an expert in, and I'm glad you're here to kind of share that. But what would you say, like, say, if you answer those two questions? One, like, say, men and women, PTSD, sexual assault, is it all combined? And then second question would be, uh, what process do you take them through, or how does when one works with you?
Well, I generally work with women. However, I can work with men. I can work with all kinds of trauma. It doesn't have to be sexual trauma, although that is what I specialize in, because I walk the walk every day. I understand it. And sometimes it's nice to work with someone who really gets it. However, I do work with men. I can do so. And I work with all kinds of trauma. That being said, how do I do it? Well, it starts off with an intake. We spend a couple of hours together, and I ask a bunch of probing questions. Sometimes they're kind of crazy, but I'm actually trying to get into the unconscious to get it to answer me. And then after that point, the client and I decide, is this a good fit? Do they want to proceed? And then from there, we schedule time together. I can't get into the nuts and bolts of what I do. It is proprietary. However, it's pretty seamless. It's painless. It's fearless. and within all work is done within 30 days. And then and also my results are guaranteed, which you don't generally get from a talk therapist.
Okay.
So 30 days, results are guaranteed, and everything is done.
Okay. All right. And now the next question would be is do you just do this virtually, or do you have live events, or what? How does that work?
Well, I actually live in Manhattan, Kansas, where the livestock outnumber the people. And so I do almost entirely all of my work online, and it can actually work on Zoom. A lot of people wonder, can you utilize hypnosis on Zoom? And you absolutely can. It does work. And so, yeah, I kind of had to get out of my sleepy little town to be able to work. And actually, I'm certified to work in over 42 different countries.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then maybe the final question, because again I appreciate you, is how does one get a hold of you? You can share your website, the best contact information on your social media. How do you move forward? How can a person move forward? So we're definitely needing to taking the next step in their journey.
Well, you can find me at www.phoenixwomenhealing.com. And you can pretty much find me on all the major socials under that. I'm kind of like a bad penny. I just keep showing up with that, Phoenix Women Healing. And, go to my website. You can schedule a call with me. It's absolutely free. I also have a project there called Getting to Know You Again After Trauma, which kind of helps, and it's geared for women, but it helps to, after trauma, we've changed, our outlook has changed, and it kind of helps to figure out who you are again and kind of reintroduce yourself to yourself. And that's absolutely free.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I again I thank you, Anissa, for stopping by and just giving a 1,000-foot overview of exactly who. And I'm hoping the listeners of Master Your Connections can definitely, be a catalyst and a supporter. We know we definitely have your back. We definitely want to share this message with others. And I believe that before she brings this, she may have Mr. Christian, who's a addition to our incredible Master Your Connections. He has different organizations that he can actually help spread the word. Emily is Christian popped up. There he is. He's somewhere hanging away. See, we wishes you command. Definitely, the conversation for all is in addition to the mastery of connection. Uh, Christian can actually share so a little bit of message of what that show's about and how he can possibly be a don't want speak for him, but brother, some message about conversation for all because this is a conversation that needs to be continued. Christian, where are you, my brother? This definitely you met Anissa, and if you haven't, this is a young lady that is definitely going to have to know her through HNP and various connections. Do you have any other insights on conversation for all, or how we can kind of continue to spread the word on definitely sexual trauma and PTSD and all the conversations that needs to be had among our amazing women that
Well,
are and veterans across the country?
yeah, no, I should thank you for having me. Wonderful thing here that we're doing,
Yes, sir.
and I mean, it's great to see the ripples that are starting to get bigger. Um, Anissa, um, thank you for doing what you do. I think bringing more support, bringing more just awareness. I think we'll quote my buddy Rudy in the financial spectrum. we don't know what we don't know. And sometimes what I've been finding out is there's a lot of things that we do know, but we get compiled by the world, by our peers, by even our kids, other influences and professionals, educators, and some of them mean very well, but they give us a sense of someone that they want us to be or that they wish us to be. And it doesn't fit us, but we want to please others and we want to be accepted. So therefore, we kind of bend who we are. So I think that really, finding yourself and being true to yourself, going to the core of yourself, it's very important and it is very empowering. It is very just, I would say, empowering, and it allows us to be able to move throughout the world easier, more confident, and to be able to just, thrive, not just live, but thrive. And so, yeah, thank you and appreciate your work and continue to do it. I think, Alan, we talked about briefly just kind of shedding some light. I'm sorry, I'm having some audio issues apparently. But again, when you know we're doing good things, opposition is normal. So first it was me getting on with the link, and now with the audio. So either way, yes, absolutely, Alan. I'm here to support and continue to uplift our communities. Again, thank you guys. Definitely tune in and
No
Friday
problem.
2 p.m. and we're going to have that conversation for all, which we're going to continue to support and uplift our entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and any events that you do have, Anissa. Welcome to share those in the links. What come back Friday. We do a mini networking event within the show. So we ask everybody to, and this is a reminder for everybody listening and anybody listening, to bring your information, obviously the links to your service, the link to your site. And when we say link to your service or product or event that you may have going on, your name, and then one of your emails or contact information. Drop them in the chat. What our backstage wonderful Emily is going to be doing is copying those chats at the beginning of it, and then she's going to paste them back onto the chat, so then we can individually take that and then spread it out through our networks and our LinkedIn's and our YouTubes and all of the social media. So in itself, it's going to create a bigger kind of wave in that splash of folks that are kind of involved with us, or any events that you have going on, or any other things that we'd like to go ahead and network. We are going to be at least on Conversation for All. We are going to be doing some disclaimers because we are going to be touching some touchy subjects that are happening and affecting our communities, and that is a lot of these scams that are going on with the online. So be on the lookout. It's no longer that Nigerian prince that sends you a letter for a piece of his a piece of his kingdom and stuff that you got to mail out. Now these scammers are getting really, really advanced and sophisticated. So we want to go ahead and keep people safe and keep our communities informed.
Absolutely. I agree 110%. And thank you so much for Christian for adding that, because this right and this is what we do at the Massive Connections, whether it's scams or individuals trying to provide wrongful information, in this case about sexual assault and PTSD and veterans and the disabilities. We have the experts. I'm just the vessel, if you will, Massive Connection. In this case, we have Emily Gomer and Kurt Roscoff, as it was in the Disability Channel, and of course our incredible guest, Anissa. Thank you so much for being here, and again shedding light on a topic that definitely is discussed. And check out Conversation for All on Fridays at 2 o'clock Pacific, and continuously support them, because we're here to support you and extend our wings of love around the Massive Connections. Thank you, Anissa, so much from the bottom of my heart. Before we go ahead and wrap up, we're going to have the bosses in the house. Miss Emily Gomer, do you have any other final words? And of course, all the Master Connection resources can be shown, or of course, like Christian mentioned, hashtag around Twitter and Instagram.
Um, well, again, I want to thank Anissa for joining us as well. And Buddy. And
And Buddy,
so yeah, it's gonna be on all the social media platforms like LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. So we can put it on Easy Expo, which is a virtual booth platform, and all the different places like that, and there are different other projects as well. So I'd love to have everybody on the show as well as any of the other shows in the World of Ability Podcast Network. So if anybody's interested, please connect with me. And back to you, Alan.
Ellen, can I jump in one more thing?
all right. Well, until next time.
I want to echo what.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Christian. Go for
Can
it.
you hear?
Christian wants to say something.
I was going to say I
Yeah.
want to echo what Jay had said,
Oh, yeah.
and
Go
I
for
want
it.
to
We can
go
hear you.
ahead and I want to encourage everyone worldwide, anybody that's listening. But Jay said it. We should be stepping up. We should be supporting. Now, you guys don't have to get involved. Anybody that's listening, just like, share, and follow. Honestly, it doesn't cost you a cent. You're already on social media. Please do look up our projectdiehard.org. We have a disability channel, and we have the World Podcast, the World of Ability Podcast Network. Excuse me. um, do us a favor, like, share, follow, just support us. You don't have to give if you can't. We understand it. But if you want to get involved, if you have anything that you'd like to explore, we're taking on these volunteer opportunities and we're taking folks up. We're supporting each other. We'd love to have you guys get involved. So definitely reach out to Emily, reach out to Alan, or you guys can reach out to myself again. Conversation at easymarketingforall.com. We're here to uplift one another. So I just want to make sure that we remember that. Slow down. Let's be kind to one another. Let's take a little bit of just an extra few seconds just to understand what that other person is trying to tell us. But again, overall, help us support, help us grow, because there's a lot of challenges that we're already meeting on a on a day-to-day basis. So just having you guys is listening and support, sharing, and liking these, it's going to help us out, and it's going to get the message out, and it's going to help other people. It's going to create more resources. Again, we're looking for awareness to bring down that suicide rate. We're looking for awareness to bring more able-bodied folks, regardless of what their classification is, back into the workforce. We're looking to bring up veterans. We're looking to bring up hope. And again, this is exactly who we are and what we are as a people. Together, everybody achieves more. That's something that we've known, but we got to just put it into practice. So please share, like, follow on all of our disability channel, World of Ability Podcast Network, Project Die Hard, and then I know Alan's got some other links here.
Oh,
Thanks so much,
absolutely.
folks.
I know. Thank you, Christian. And that's why we have Christian, his FamilyShieldPro.com is a way you can learn more about, which is then going to be able to get in a discovery session with myself and to Christian and Emily, and of course Kurt and Sue Roscoff, and like you said, the World of Ability, the Disability Channel, and each one of our channels will lead, man, they will be providing support with our great guests that come on and support us, and we want to support her and family. Now we love you, we honor you, and thank you so much for being a guest on this in this movement. Thank you so much. And with that said, we'll see you next Wednesday.
Thank you.
At 8 a.m. Pacific, at 11 o'clock Eastern, no problem. And of course, remember the World of Ability this afternoon with the incredible Emily Comer. So come back and see it. And of course, Christian on Fridays at 2:00. So never stop going and never stop growing. Each and one of you keep taking care of yourself and one another. We love you and thank you.